Welcome to the living room of RPG Kingdom Ministries. Normally I do saxophone saxophone improv with chord gadget. We're going to do a little bit of something different today. This video is actually inspired by a couple of other videos made by a man by the name of Jay Metcalf. He has a channel called Better Sax. Check out what he's got to say. He actually gives a lot of good advice. Me, I've been playing for about 40 years. This man knows a great deal more than I do. He's actually said a couple of things that I didn't know about. You know, he did a video on the importance of keeping your horn clean. And one of the things he talked about was something called saxophone lung. I didn't even know that existed. I actually Googled it and said that it was a form of pneumonia that normally afflicts horn players who don't keep their horn clean. Now, granted, it's rare, but it's possible. You know, now, I believe I'm healed by the blood of Jesus, but even Jesus himself said, "Thou shalt not tempt the Lord thy God." So, keeping your horn clean is a must. What's that old saying? An ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. And a moment of prevention is worth a few weeks or a few months of praying for healing. Sincerely, So, keeping your horn clean is exceedingly important. However, if you're like me and you're on a budget, some of the cleaning kits that are out there, you might not be able to afford it, especially if you got 3 horns. If you got one, then you're only keeping one horn clean. But if you got 3 horns, then, you want to at least have one for each horn, because if you go on a gig with just one horn, you'd hate to have left your cleaning stuff in your alto case if what you got is your soprano, or you left it in your soprano case if what you got is your tenor. Plus, with 3 different size horns, some things are a little bit different. So, having something for each horn, it can be a really, really good convenience. And having 3 horns when you only got something for one can be a really serious inconvenience. So, I want to talk about just a simple thing that you can actually do to keep your horn clean on a budget. And along with that, I am doing my first giveaway. This giveaway, it's not sponsored, but it is endorsed by Pecknell. And I'll talk more about my giveaway at the end of the video. So, to find out what I'm giving away, you got to stay to the end of the video. And to find out how to get it, you got to stay to the end of the video. So, let's get into it. One of the easiest things you can do is to swab out your horn. It's something that, if anything, will take you less than 30 seconds to just run that through your horn. Probably you could run it through your horn in less than 30 seconds twice. Just to make sure that you've got everything cleaned out before you pack up your horn. It takes out all the moisture, so the moisture is not trapped inside your horn, greatly creating more bacteria, especially with whatever's going on right now with the whole COVID-19 thing. So, keep your horn clean. It is exceedingly important. Just like a mechanic would keep his tools clean, a police officer, it's a must. He has to clean his gun. Our saxophone, our horn, that's our tools. We got to keep our tools clean. So, one of the things I did was I actually made my own swab. Now, a swab from Pecknell will cost about $5. But if you got 3 horns, that's $15. This is something I made. The whole thing was less than $15. And I just made this with stuff just from around the house. So I'm going to show you how to make one of these. This right here, it's a simple tool. Just, you can keep it right in your horn, and since you made it, it will be your own thing. And you can actually do 3 of these for less than $5. Well, no, change that, for less than $15. Actually, you can probably do 3 of these for less than 10. Seriously. All it is just some things from around the house. The cloth. Well, here. How about we go ahead and just get started, and I can put together the pieces. The things you're going to need. A pair of scissors. A pair of scissors is pretty much the only tool you'll actually need. This is a cleaning cloth I got from Pecknail. You can pick these up at your local instrument store, and this will cost you about $5. Now, ladies, you might actually have some of these. Fellas, if you're married, you might have a wife that has a few of these. Makeup sponge. You know, or a little makeup puff. And if you got kids, you can probably get some beads. I actually picked these up. I picked up a pack of 5 of these for less than $5 at a place in Greenville. It's called Accessories and Beads Galore. They're actually the bead store in Greenville, but if you got kids or if you got just little things around the house just to add a little bit of weight to the end, you can probably get this from just something that's just around the house. And a simple shoelace. So let's get started. Since I've already made one for my alto, I'm going to set this to the side. I'm going to set this over here. And I made one for my soprano as well. Basically, I cut it from something like this, except what I did was I cut off a 1/4 section of this. Because after all, you want to make sure that it fits through your horn. A 1/4 section will fit easily through a soprano or an alto. Since the tenor is bigger, I'm thinking I can do a 1/2 section and it'll cover more of the horn on the inside. Because that's the main thing. You want to get as much moisture out of your horn as you possibly can. By the way, the videos I told you about from Mr. Metcalf, the Better Sax videos, I'll look for that and I'll put those in the, I'll link those in the description. And since I bought this from Pecknail, and I'm going to go ahead and just use this half right here that's got their name on it. Then, poke a hole. I'll poke a hole straight to the middle of one end. When I originally did this, I originally used a, like a miniature screwdriver. I couldn't find it. So I'm using scissors. From that point, now you want to use shoelaces that's still got your anglet on it. You still got this on it. It's going to make it a whole lot easier to poke the hole through. So poke that back through on this end. And since I'm doing the tenor, and the neck of the tenor is bigger than the neck of my alto, instead of using the small makeup sponge like I did on the alto, and I'm going to use the big makeup sponge on the tenor. And this one, since it has this little finger hole to it, I can go ahead and tie onto that. So I'm going to stick through here. And simply tie this up. There we go. It's nice, snug in the middle. And there we go. Now, for a weight to go all the way through, take one of these little beads. You want to get something that's going to give you, that's going to weigh, you want to get something that's going to weigh more than the tip of this, so that it'll drag it on through. And you know what? I started to do something wrong. What you want to do is you want to tie a knot in this first before you put this on. Tie a knot in the end. So that this only goes down but so far. There you go. Then the next knot right up there at the other end. And there you go. There we go. We got our own little saxophone swab. Let's see how well it works. And you know, I'll admit, I didn't check this shoelace, so I hope it's long enough. So, put that in the end. Put this on in there. There we go. And heck, I hadn't even played this horn yet and it's already pulling dirt out. See, it's already pulling dirt out. And that's your own little saxophone swab. Now, I could cut this in half, make one for alto, one for soprano. I got two more laces if I wanted to, but I already have one. You've seen the one I made for my alto. I also have one for my tenor. I also have one for my soprano as well. Okay. And once you're finished with it, this, you can just fold it on up, tie it on up. Right there, ready to go in your case. Because keeping your horn clean is exceedingly important. Now, I got this out of my own money. Okay, so this is not sponsored, but it is endorsed by Pecknail Music. I've gotten cleaning kit. Now, this is something they actually sell. Now, this is one whole thing, and they normally sell this for about $15. This comes with, let me see if we can open it up. Let's see what's on the list. This comes with cork grease. Cork grease, keep your cork conditioned. Comes with a duster brush. Use this to remove dust or lint that may collect around posts and springs and under rods. Use caution in cleaning under the key mechanisms to avoid damaging the springs or corks. So what this is, it's got mouthpiece brush, polishing cloth, nice style polishing cloth too, houndstooth. Comes with a little reed holder. Got your reed holder right here. Actually, this is a two-sided reed holder. Neck cleaner. Now this right here is something we normally take for granted. I think more often, just human nature. We clean our horn out. We'll clean the mouthpiece out. Because, I mean, we're looking at the reed all the time. But we might often skip the neck. And the neck is pretty much where the mouthpiece meets the horn. It's just as important. You know, and What are these right here? Case ID tag. Actually, I'll take that. Let's see, what is this? Okay. Actually, this is your duster brush. That's what this is. This is your duster brush. But this little thing I was holding up earlier is a key buff puff. It's a key buff puff. But this right here is a little duster brush that's used to dust all the different things, all the dust out in between the keys, places where you might not be able to reach. And all of this comes in this one little kit. And this is an alto sax care kit. Now, I actually have one more for alto, and I have one for tenor. Okay? I'm going to be giving these away for free. The tenor doesn't have all the same stuff in it. For example, one thing I'm seeing in this tenor box, there's a pencil in here. You know, there's a few things in this in the tenor one that's not in the alto one. Everything that I told you about is in the alto. The tenor has a couple of different things in it that's not in the one for the alto. But regardless, giving these away. Okay, basically, I'm going to be doing a drawing. The drawing will be done at the end of July. I want to, since I know I'm fairly new and I don't get a lot of hits, I'm going to give people time to sign up. All you have to do is comment on this video. I don't care if you hit like. You can hit like, you can hit dislike. But comment on the video. Even if you give a negative comment on the video. Tell me some of the ideas that you've come up with to keep your horn clean. Tell me if something like this helped you. Tell me if you did this. But comment on the video. For every comment, and please tell me if you got alto or tenor. So I'm doing 2 drawings. I'm going to take all the different names. I'm going to put them all in a bowl. Draw one for alto, draw one for tenor. And the name I draw, that person gets these. And I will be sending it to you myself. These, I paid for these out of my own pocket. But still, it's something I greatly recommend. It is important to keep your tools clean. My name is Rush Little, and I approve this message.